What's going on, guys, and welcome to Wrestle House. Whose house?
Wrestle House.
Whose house?
Wrestle House.
That's right, it's Wrestle House. Wrestle House is the all-new, all-different wrestling podcast starring me, Ryan, and...
Did I say my name?
This is where you say
Oh,
your
okay.
name.
Logan.
Yeah, so if you don't know who we are, good. You probably shouldn't, because neither one of us really do a whole of a lot on social media, so you're not going to really know who we are. I mean, I do, but not really. Yeah, we're just two big fans of professional wrestling. I've been watching wrestling since like 2006, 2007. Logan, when did you start watching?
2011.
2011. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that adds up to be around the same. Like, we started watching around the same age, I think, right? How old were you?
7.
Yeah, that works out. I was about 2006. I was oh shit, I was only 4.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, that's not the same. Like, you're not that much older than me.
I was only 4 when I started watching wrestling. You were 11. That's crazy. I didn't
7?
think about that. Or you were 7. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in
Your quality of wrestling was a lot better than mine.
Yeah, but like,
I had the Miz and like R-Truth,
but I
and
don't retain any
Alex
of the
Riley.
stuff from when I started in 2006, 2007. Like, you gotta remember, I was like 4 or 5 years old then. Like,
Yeah.
those memories are super stored back. Like, if I really think about it, I can remember some of that stuff, but like, it's not gonna happen. You know, if it's just like a casual off the dome thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, this is going to be super low effort. Like, duh. You know, this is a podcast on YouTube. We might upload it elsewhere. I don't know. I'll figure that out with uploading it to Spotify or any of the other podcast places. But yeah, we're just here to talk about wrestling, whether it's the current day stuff. Like, today we're going to talk about what's been going on NXT, AEW, and give our Elimination Chamber predictions. And then when it comes time for it, you know, we'll eventually do maybe a retro show review here and there, or have the occasional special guest. But Logan, can you kind of tell them why it's called Wrestle House?
No, I've never seen that movie, actually.
You've never seen that movie?
No, I don't think
Oh
so, right?
shit. Okay. Yeah. Well, no, I didn't show you guys that. I
Yeah,
think
no, we can watch that.
no. So for anyone that is unaware, Wrestle House is, of course, a term based off of the movie Animal House, which is a fraternity comedy movie from the 80s starring John Belushi. So I was talking about John Belushi and Animal House and why it's called Wrestle House. We're both from the same fraternity, Theta Xi. Logan's repping it right there. Shout out Theta Xi. Shout out Kappa Omicron chapter. We love you. We love you, dear. Oh God, I almost took down my whole setup. Yeah, and we are the two like prominent members of the chapter in the past like 4 or 5 years that have been like real huge wrestling nerds. And it just so happens we're Big and Little, which if you've in sorority fraternity life, you know what that is, but I'm not gonna, waste the time explaining what that is, because this is a wrestling podcast, not a fraternity podcast. So get that shit out of here.
No.
All right. So that being said, let's talk about. Well, Logan, I'll throw it to you. What do you want to talk about first? What do you got on your notes?
I think, Elimination Chamber, I think, is the
hot
big
button
thing coming around
issue.
right now. Yeah, it's two days from now as of recording. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's pretty big. I mean, but it's not a big card, though, for it being such a big deal.
Well, it's a WWE PLE, and honestly, it's WWE in general. So you're looking at max 5 matches these days.
Wrong. 4 matches in a segment. That's it.
That's why I said max 5.
Oh, max 5. I think it's a
So
minimum 5.
technically, I'm right. We have 5 total segments. So like, I'm kind of right. But
yeah.
All right, I'll let you run down the card and everything, because I don't have I didn't write down the card as my notes. I just kind of wrote
Mhm.
down Elimination Chamber.
Yes, yes, I got you. So, let's see. So we got the men's elimination chamber
Okay.
featuring CM Punk, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins. Shit, I didn't write down the contenders.
Okay, I got the
Drew
contenders for you.
McIntyre.
I got the
Okay,
contenders
okay, yeah,
for you.
throw it back to you.
All right. Men's Elimination Chamber. We'll start with the Big Shark first. We got CM Punk, as he said, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, John Cena, Seth Rollins.
Who's
Oh,
that last one? Because I don't remember either. Uh,
why are we blank?
the
We should have wrote
SmackDown
this
guy?
down.
Gotta be right.
Who?
A SmackDown guy, right?
Nah, that can't be right. It's not Roman. It's not Sammy. Sammy's in the ladder
Shit,
match with
who is it?
Kevin. Hold on.
Who's this person that's not gonna win the elimination chamber? That's the question. Damian Priest.
Oh yeah, of course.
Damian Priest.
How
Yes,
could we
okay.
forget?
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
Jesus.
Jeez.
He beat
Okay.
Jacob Fatu to get that spot.
Did he beat Jacob Fatu like
No, he
clean?
was in the match, but
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think he got taken out by someone who wasn't in the match. So he basically only beat Braun Strowman, but
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's the beauty of like low effort editing is I'm gonna leave all that in and like cut in, and I'm leaving this shit in too. I'm just gonna like jump cut between like our face, like being like, huh,
yeah.
like befuddled by Damian Priest.
Dude, I was going through the whole SmackDown. I was like Jimmy Uso, like LA Knight, Shinsuke,
Bro,
you know.
SmackDown sucks so fucking hard. I couldn't even think of a single person on SmackDown apart from
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. But like, you can't tell me that you watch Raw. Like, okay, we'll talk about that when we talk about it. But like, you can't tell me that SmackDown's not like the bottom of the barrel right now on the weekly television.
I mean, I'm messing with. Is there swearing allowed in this? Or
Yeah, dude, I'm not
yeah, no, I
putting
fuck
beef.
with SmackDown. No, I fuck with SmackDown heavy. That's
Yeah,
my shit right there. Tag team wrestling is like peak on SmackDown.
it's okay. That's the only thing SmackDown has going for it right now. Women's
But
division, dog shit. Fucking men's upper card, non-existent because they all
I
moved over
wouldn't.
to Raw.
I wouldn't say them. No, I think the women's better. The women's division's better on SmackDown than Raw.
You see what they're doing with my girl Tiffy? You see how they're making her a sympathetic babyface all of a sudden? She used to
Yeah,
be
but I
a
mean,
she used to be a see you next Tuesday bitch down in NXT, and that's what she should be on the main roster. Instead, they got her sniveling like a little girl. Not to sound like JD from NY right now, but like fuck, dude. The assassination of Tiffany Stratton's character right now is insane.
you still got B-Fab. No, I'm just playing. Dude, you got like Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, Mia
No, no,
Yim.
don't get me wrong. There are
Like,
great pieces there, and
hmm
it's the overall trajectory of what they're doing, especially with the main women's title right now. Like they could be doing some really fun, interesting, like bad bitch versus bad bitch stuff with Charlotte and Tiffany.
hmm
Instead, they're doing the normal approach of Charlotte's the bad bitch and Tiffy's got to be the rookie who's not confident, you know? Like it's so boring. It's run of the mill. It's I want a different story and like Triple H should be able to give that, but he seems to be too focused on trying to give more shit to the Judgment Day.
Well, the shit that we're getting with Tiffany on Elimination Chamber is even worse somehow. I didn't think it could get any worse than what she's doing with Charlotte, but
What's
somehow we're getting Tiffany and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae.
is that on the main card?
That's on the main card, yeah. All
Has
because it's in.
Trish
I mean,
Stratus
it's in
been on
Canada.
T? I've been watching SmackDown the past couple of weeks. And unless I'm missing something, unless there's a secret fourth hour, um, has Trish been on at all?
She showed up last week for like a hot save, and that was it.
Okay.
And then they announced
Then they announced the match
Tiffany.
right
Yeah,
after.
the tag team. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. No, wow, that sucks.
Mhm.
Wow, that sucks. Dude, this card kind of ass. Let's get back to the men's elimination chamber here for a second. Now that we know all the 6 participants,
Mhm.
um I mean, it's hard to say that's like
I think we got the same one for this one. I think.
you think. I'll let
Are we
you
gonna
go
run down the whole card, or are we gonna do like match prediction, match prediction?
match prediction, match
Okay.
prediction. Yeah.
Okay.
So who you got winning this
I'm
one?
jumping on your bandwagon with this, and I'm going CM Punk.
You fuck yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. No, I see it.
it, it just works. It just
Hmm.
works. Like, and I'm sorry, but the Cena shit with how this farewell tour, it's like a once a month appearance. Like
Yeah.
literally, he showed up on Raw on January 6th, left. Showed up February 1st for the Rumble, left. He's going to show up March 1st for Elimination Chamber, and then not show up until what? Like probably if
2
we're
weeks before Mania.
lucky, 2 weeks before Mania, a week before Mania, maybe 3 weeks, but I doubt it. I
Hmm.
doubt it's going to be like a month before, because a month before would have to be in the middle of March, and that's not fucking happening.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it sucks that Cena's farewell tour is being so lambasted because, I mean, it's John Cena, like he should be doing some good stuff, but like at the same time, I think he knew what he was signing up for, and like the WWE I think is in such an odd, not odd place, but such a different place right now than when
Hmm.
John Cena was a full-time guy, that they don't
Yeah.
really need to rely on his star power anymore. So that 17th world title reign, as much as it should happen, you also got to remember Triple H, huge fan of Ric Flair, best friends with
Hmm.
Ric Flair. He's not going to erase that thing, especially for John Cena. You
Yeah.
know, I don't know. Who does Logan Paul cost the Elimination Chamber? John Cena?
No, because I have an oddball John Cena prediction for WrestleMania, and
Okay,
so Logan Paul being involved in that, I don't think is
but Logan
likely.
Paul has cost somebody the chamber the past 2 years.
To be fair, John Cena versus Logan Paul would probably pull heavy viewers, though.
It would pull heavy viewers, but as John Cena's last WrestleMania match, possibly ever, and I genuinely believe that he's like wrapping it up unless he comes back for a Saudi show here and there. So
But imagine the international coverage, though, with like Logan Paul versus John Cena.
yeah, well, international coverage everywhere except Japan.
True, 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 true.
So get that joke out of the way real quick. But I think Logan Paul is going to cost Cena it just for the heel heat. Whether it
Yeah.
amounts to anything is a different story unto itself. But I think he cost Cena the match. Either eliminate Cena or get Cena eliminated. Some way, shape, or form, just for the heat. Because I think WWE, especially like Triple H, is realizing, oh shit, this kind of stuff with Logan Paul like isn't working anymore because there's nothing to do with him anymore. The whole like premise of a YouTuber turned wrestler is not interesting anymore already.
Mhm.
And now that he's a full-time competitor, he's like not it's so the differences in like an actual wrestler versus him is so obvious now.
Yeah.
Like that promo with Punk on Raw. I don't know if you saw it, but it was such a stark difference in level of ability.
Hmm.
You know, um,
But in ring wise, though, he's like
but he
fantastic.
has so much time to practice. You got to think about that. He has so much more time to practice his matches. And like the one match he's had so far with not a lot of time to practice was that match on Raw with Rey Mysterio to
Yeah.
qualify for the Chamber, and it was kind of sloppy.
You
Like
were
if you
getting that shit up. I was getting that shit up. I was
you were
kind of
eating
there
that
for
shit
it.
up,
Oh
dude.
yeah.
I mean,
But the finish, dude, it was kind of nice.
it was kind of just a rehash of their Saudi match, in my opinion. Like
No,
it
that
felt
match was sloppy. This
well.
one, I was kind of like,
That match
I
was
was more.
sloppy, but I think the second match was sloppy too. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not a huge fan of Logan Paul. Like, I can separate the art from the artist a lot of times, but with him,
Hmm.
it's really tough to do that. So I just find it a struggle to watch him personally. But like, I understand why they use him. You know, they bring in hella viewers. You know, Speed, Kai, all those streamers. Like,
Yeah.
fuck it, it's a money move. You know, and that's what they want. Put in the fucking Vince GIF. Like that's what they want. Like that's all they care about. Who's eliminated first in the men's chamber? Because this is a pretty stacked chamber. I mean, there is one right answer, and I think you know who I'm gonna say.
Okay, well, I can see it going two ways.
Okay.
It's either gonna be Damian Priest because
Yeah.
he's like the least star powered person in there, or it could be Drew McIntyre,
I was gonna say, yeah, it
and
could
that
be
shit would be
Drew.
funny as hell.
Could be Drew. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Damian Priest though, just because
Hmm.
I do genuinely believe that Priest, just like based off the star power stuff, you know.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, any other like prop bets you want to go over for the
Um,
men's chamber? Anything you got?
no, I really don't know, to be honest.
Mm,
I think it can be good. I mean, I think it can be great, but I don't think it's gonna do anything that's gonna like blow anyone out of the water.
no, no. I
Maybe a Roman return, maybe, but like I'm not
Does Roman
confident in that.
cost Seth the chamber?
That's what I was thinking.
But that would mean that would have like a second guy. That would have that would have, excuse me, 3 years in a row of like elimination chamber interferences. You know, like what's the point of the elimination chamber if guys are just able to break in like that?
Well, the one where Edge attacked Kofi and like just took his spot.
I thought that was
Like
Chris
what if
Jericho that attacked Kofi. Was it Edge?
maybe I mean I think it was Edge,
Okay, you might be right.
but say same thing. One of those Canadians,
Yeah.
Um, maybe Roman potentially could
Yeah.
take out Damian, Priest, take that spot. Maybe I don't know
That's a shout and a half. Wow, I didn't think about that. Maybe,
because
maybe.
he's such like the obvious like blaring red flag. Like you could have had like I mean any of those guys that were in those qualifiers, like
I'll
L.A.
say
Knight, Jimmy
no.
Uso,
I'll say
like
no just because Roman's not gonna work a chamber anymore. Like
fair.
Roman's on that Brock schedule. You know, he's on that I ain't doing shit unless I have to do shit
Hmm.
type of beat, and he
Yeah, he
ain't
won the
doing.
Ula Fala, got his ass kicked at the Rumble, and hasn't showed up since. He's worse than Cena,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. I mean that double stomp from Seth like was nasty and like was gnarly looking enough to write him off TV for a little while.
Hmm.
Probably busted up a couple of his fake teeth, his
Those were years.
goofy ass veneers. All right, I'm trying to find the women's elimination chamber. Here I go. I got it.
Okay, I was like, I could have pulled it up if you wanted me to.
Nah, I got it here, and I would have been able to get it. It would have taken me a second, probably, to get Roxanne and Alexa. To be honest.
Oh my, I forgot they were both in that.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, it's tough. But next up, we got the actually before we do the women's chamber, because I think the women's chamber might actually be much more interesting with like all the
Yeah.
Jade stuff, and Naomi and Bianca, and then Liv being there and having her history with Rhea, Roxanne being like, and Bailey as well, and then Alexa being like her own thing. So I think there are a lot more stories for the women's chamber. So I think we'll save that for last.
Yeah.
Well, second to last. I think I know what we should. I think you know what we should talk about last. Feel,
Yes.
feel the mana. You can feel it.
God. Oh.
Let's talk about that women's tag match that you briefly mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that
Um,
is some
I
dog. I
literally don't
think.
want to like spend too much time on this, and by too much time, I mean Tiffany and Trish are winning. I mean, come
Yeah.
on, duh.
You got to make the champion look good going into it, and it's hometown Trish
Hometown
Stratus in
hometown
Canada.
Trish, yeah. So
So
Tiff is probably gonna wear some homage to Trish's gear. You know, they'll probably wear some matching stuff, so that'll be cool. Um, yeah, not much else to really talk about with that match.
No.
Charlotte might interfere, you know, but I don't think that'll stop the hometown kid winning with Tiffany. So yeah, not much else to say about that one. Let's talk about
Yeah.
Ladder War, because that's what it
Yeah.
is. I don't care that they're calling it an unsanctioned match. I do not care.
Unsanctioned.
Unsanctioned. Yeah, I don't care about that. It's a fucking ladder war.
Mm-hmm.
Ladder War 2, technically. I know it's like ladder, like it's not like you know what I mean. For
Yeah,
these
yeah,
two,
yeah.
it's Ladder War 2 because they only had one in Ring of Honor, right? If I remember correctly.
I
It was
think so.
Steen and Generico at Final Battle. I'm talking out the ass right now. I don't want to say it's Final Battle. I know they had a ladder war.
Um,
They did a tag match ladder war against the
Final
Bucks.
Battle, yeah, Final Battle 2012.
Ooh, fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was gonna say 2013, but by 2013, I want to say
Zayn was with the company.
Generico suddenly disappeared.
Yeah.
So, and then Sami Zayn showed up. Fucker.
Mm-hmm. I think he killed him, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know.
Rumors.
Who do you got winning this? I could see it going either way, honestly. And with the
No.
unsanctioned, you don't think so? You think Sammy?
No.
You think
No.
Kevin's getting the dub?
I think Kevin's gonna kill Sammy.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Wait.
Yeah.
Explain your logic behind that because I could have seen it going either way.
No, I don't think they're gonna Drew McIntyre Kevin Owens. I think he's gonna
Okay.
have to
Yeah.
get a little bit of comeback before before like getting to that level again.
Yeah.
Because like Cody just killed him at the Rumble, you know. And I think
Yeah.
they were going somewhere good with Kevin. And I think the way to build that back is with giving him every heel's punching bag, Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
You know, that's the one person Drew McIntyre can beat, you know? If he can beat him, Kevin's gonna kill him.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think it's gonna be great, but I think Kevin Owens is definitely gonna be the winner. I think he has the most to gain here.
Yeah, all right, you got me hooked on that. Yeah, that was easy. I mean that makes a hell of a lot more sense than like Sammy being all disheveled and depressed about his relationship with Kevin and
Yeah.
you know suddenly then being all fiery passionate about how it's different this time because this is the last time. You know, I'm pretty sure that's what they said last time they had a match together, you know,
Yeah.
so it won't be the last time they have a match. So I think Kevin will get the win and it's an unsanctioned match, so they can easily just never talk about it again if that's such a big deal for them. But like it's Sami Zayn, you know, he can eat a loss and 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 be okay, you know, because the crowd still loves him no matter what. Very much a Daniel Bryan type, just not as over. I think.
Yeah, how extreme do you think this is gonna get? Like in terms of quality?
Oh, dude, if Triple H, you know, really loved the game of professional wrestling, he'd let these two go out there and essentially do a ladder war, like legit. Like, have you seen their Final Battle 2012 match?
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
What they do with those ladders, those two, like it's pretty messed up. So like, if they just let them do that, and I think they will because of the like. And I know like they just had the ladder match at Royal Rumble and stuff, so it's like, oh, they don't want to repeat the same stipulation. Well, technically, they're not repeating the same stipulation because the bulk of WWE fans are, you know, not the brightest bulbs in the box.
They're goldfish.
So they're they are goldfish crackers. They're gonna see. They're gonna see. Listen, man, I don't have my AEW flag.
What you call me? No.
They don't have. Okay, E-Drone. You E-Drone, yeah, you Fed apologist over here. What other derogatory term can I come up with for a WWE fan?
A casual.
Oh yeah, casual fan. There we go. That's a good one. No. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to
Blood.
say that they're gonna. It's hard to say that they're gonna let them like bleed. Like, you think a
Mhm.
blood pack's gonna be involved in any way? Like, obviously no blading. I mean, that's not gonna happen.
Well, I
But
don't know. I swear there was blading at the Rumble.
there was not blading at the Rumble.
I think so. There was a hard cut on Cody for a minute, and you look back and Kevin's bleeding from like the forehead area. It looked very blady.
If
I could I
anyone would break the
I could be talking
rule,
out my ass,
I
but
mean, no, yeah, I mean, if anyone would break the rule, I think it would be Kevin.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Um, yeah, I'll go with Kevin Owens though with you.
Mhm.
That makes a lot of sense. And I mean, maybe they run it back at WrestleMania. Who knows? You know,
Yeah.
I could see them running it back one more time, especially if Kevin gets the win. You know, have
Mhm.
Sammy maybe get the win back. I don't know. We'll
I think
see.
the next stipulation should be loser has to wear trunks.
Ew, not for those two. That's like the
Yeah.
worst two guys to like. Dude, I couldn't even take Sammy going back to tights, let alone trunks.
Yeah,
I've
I hate the like
I
leather that he wears now. It is
no,
so awful.
I've gotten so used to his like cargo baggy like shits that he wears now. Like, I'm
No,
all
that's
right with
not it
it.
anymore. It's like Jimmy Uso pleather.
He's wearing Jimmy Uso pleather? I have not paid
Yes,
attention to
it's
his gear in a
awful.
minute. I swear I thought he was
No,
still
it's
wearing the
horrible. Like
baggy
I
cargo.
he doesn't have the body for it, and I constantly think like his ass is gonna pop out or something like that. Like there's gonna be a wardrobe malfunction with him. It just
Oh,
doesn't look right on him. It looks bad.
yeah.
He needs to go back to like the cargo like look.
That's what worked for him, honestly. That was
Hmm.
his best. It was simple and everything like that. It just worked.
Hmm.
Um, Speaking of what works, let's talk about that women's elimination chamber
Hmm.
that I just briefly said we'd get to. We got Roxanne Perez, Bailey, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss. Pretty fucking stacked women's chamber as well. Um, Honestly, a really good like wrestling chamber
Yeah.
for like the women. Like, hoopers are gonna hoop. I think if Triple H allows some time for this match, which two women's matches on the card is actually pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
holy
I,
shit! I
I
never
didn't even
realized
fucking think
that.
about that.
That's 50% right
That
there.
hey,
That's solid
Tony
shit.
Khan could fucking never. But then again, he books 16 match cards.
True. And
So
with one women's match.
what two? He has two women's titles. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. My fault. I fall asleep during the TBS one always.
Hey, CEO, CEO,
So
CEO. We'll get there. We'll get there when we get there.
yeah,
All
okay.
right.
Okay.
Who's winning? Who's winning the women's chamber?
It's a bit unorthodox. I think Bianca.
Okay, I kind of agree, but I want to hear your
I think
reasoning.
well, I think just Liv is too obvious. And I felt like
Yeah,
we had that story for so long to go back to it immediately. Um
yeah.
and now that they dropped the tag belts off of Bianca and Naomi, I think this is a good opportunity to now explore into their solo careers.
Hmm.
I don't know where the Jade story is going, if it even is going to come back, like before Mania.
Okay.
Um, but Bianca and Ripley, I feel like have such parallel careers
Hmm.
that it's kind of weird that they haven't had that big solo feud like
Yeah.
with each other. And I think now would be a good time. Seeing that at like Mania would be so big. I think
Hmm.
um, for the women's title, like I don't know, it just feels so grand of a spectacle. And compared to anyone else in the chamber, I don't like anyone else in the situation. I don't like Roxanne in there. I don't like against Ripley
Yeah,
specifically.
yeah, yeah. Well, because
I
I
don't
mean,
think
it's
Bliss has
Charlotte and
it.
Tiffany's locked in, so
Yeah.
whoever's winning is facing
Um.
Rhea
Hmm.
or Io, I guess. But we all know Io's not winning. You know that match is happening next Monday after Chamber
What? Ian Ripley?
for the title.
No, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah, no,
Io's
it's
not
not.
winning. Io's not
Yeah,
winning. But like it, Io could.
Naomi. Yeah, I don't like Naomi in there. Who's the fourth one that I'm
Alexa,
missing there?
Liv, Bailey, Roxanne.
Bailey. I forgot about Bailey. Yeah, no, Bailey ain't winning that shit. Yeah,
She had her
no.
moment last year.
Yeah.
Triple H
She had a
fumbled
moment
that
last year.
shit.
No one cared about it.
No, it's all right.
So,
Fuck you. I cared about it. I popped so fucking
okay.
big in the house when Bailey
Okay.
won. All right, I made my
I was
girlfriend
not paying
upset.
attention during that match.
I know you weren't. All right, I was the only one paying attention during that match, and it was the best match of the fucking weekend. Io and Bailey cooked. Fuck you. I'll die on that
Of the
hill.
weekend? Over Sammy Gunther? Over fucking Roman Cody?
Roman Cody was a fucking spot fest featuring Undertaker.
But I'll take it though. That was good. That was amazing.
Undertaker didn't even make sense. Where was Stone Cold?
It felt like a fever dream.
Stone
That's what it
Cold
felt
was
like.
busy at the cat cafe. What? See all his cats on Twitter? He's got like 3 cats now.
Stone Cold at the Cat Cafe. What? Drinking my boba. What?
I got a nice matcha green tea here. What?
What?
Here with biscuits. What?
fucking
No,
busy.
dude, that fucking dude. Go back and watch Bailey and Io and tell me it's not at least in the top 3 of the weekend. Like and
I mean, I could believe top 3. Top 1?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's at least 2. It's at least 2.
What else was on the show? I don't know.
There was Jimmy versus Jay, the super kick party.
That was such a good match.
Dude, I remember getting up during that match, getting up and walking to my room after like the 3rd super kick because I knew what it was.
I wish
gonna
that
be.
match was better.
I don't.
Anyway, who do you have for the women's chamber?
Bianca as well, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Liv is too obvious. Apparently, like I think Roxanne and Bailey cancel each other out. They're gonna fight each other at Stand and Deliver or at WrestleMania. That's obvious that they're planning that. It's just a matter of if it's gonna happen on the NXT show or if it's gonna happen on the WrestleMania card. I'd like it to happen on the Mania card because I think Roxanne, is officially on the main roster. It wouldn't make sense for her to still wrestle at Stand and Deliver. But so they cancel each other out. I think Bianca and Naomi kind of cancel each other out a little bit with the whole Jade situation because I think one of them attacked Jade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's obvious. The Liv and Raquel thing was a red herring to try and throw the fans off, and some of the fans bought it and think that the story's over, but that's obviously not the case. If you use like common storytelling tropes, it's Naomi. It just makes the most sense that it's Naomi.
Yeah.
And I think whether that leads to Naomi versus Jade down the line or whether that leads to, like you were saying, Bianca goes and faces Ripley and then maybe Bianca versus Naomi. Because I was watching Steven Larson's Going in Raw predictions for Elimination Chamber, and I agree with what they were saying about how Bianca and Jade, like if Naomi is the one who attacked, Bianca and Jade have equal like footing to get their lick back first.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense, if Jade gets it first while Bianca goes and deals with Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I got Bianca winning. That makes the most sense, and they could save Bianca and Rhea for next year's Mania, but I mean, why? Like,
Yeah.
why? Like, next year, you're going to have a lot more women to work with,
Mm-hmm.
like Roxanne will be a lot more popular. Tiff will be a lot more popular. You'll have a couple other women probably. Like, I'm sure Jordan Grace will probably fast track through NXT. I think she will.
Sure.
Stephanie Vaquer seems to be fast tracking through NXT because she's losing to Julia.
We can talk about that later. I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, we'll get there. But yeah, so I got Bianca. It just makes the most sense.
Okay.
All right. You can feel it. I want your soul. Yes, dude. First of all, I mean, honestly,
What the fuck does that mean?
honestly, I was watching this and like Natalie was watching with me, and she goes, "Ew." When when he said that, she was like, "What does that mean?" Like exactly what you said. Like,
Mhm.
ew. Like I don't like that. His explanation was shoddy. The whole promo and the segment is going to be like 15, 20 minutes of The Rock by himself, in and out of
Yeah.
the final boss character, calling Toronto a bunch of meth heads or whatever, you know. And
Mm.
then Cody's going to come out. He's going to bite his lip. He's going to cry a little. Oh, he did the whoa. Big
Whoa.
Cody fan over there.
Oh yeah.
Big Cody mark. Fucking, I bet you're a Ricky Saints mark too. Fucking oh, Revolution is televised.
Did that. He was asking me about who Eddie Thorpe was when he came on the TV.
Hey, that looks just like me.
He was like, oh, who's this guy? I was like, I don't know. He was like, well, like, what does he do? And I'm like, he's Native American. I don't know. I was like, that's it.
I don't know, man. He's some fucking NXT jabroni. Don't ask me.
I was like, I can't give him an actual answer. I'm like, oh, it's Carl Fredericks from New Japan Strong. Do you know who that is? Anyway.
Fucking, I just remember. Here's a funny story for you before we get to the mana. I remember when Dallas, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So one time me and
Uncle Level
Dallas,
Dallas.
yeah, one time me and Dallas were watching. I want to say it was All Out, 2021,
Mhm.
like fucking Christian Cage versus Omega, everything like that. Like it was like the show that like made AEW back in 2021, right? And I remember we were sitting there talking about a bunch of stuff, and like we were name dropping like all a bunch of New Japan wrestlers and everything like that, and like you know, um, fucking John and Bryson come into the room and start bullying us and are like, who the fuck is Masato or Tanaka? Fucking making fun of the names and shit. And I'm like, oh god, get the fuck out of here.
Mhm.
Like, oh my gosh. It was just so funny. I mean, like, I remember sitting there with you and being able to talk about it freely, you know, and no
Mhm.
one say anything because, like, I was the oldest brother. And if anyone said anything, I was like, hey, fuck you.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. I'd crash out on them.
KO, shut the fuck up. Do a lap.
All right, up next, we got the final segment. Hopefully, this doesn't actually main event the card. Because it would suck if the like show ended with a fucking talkie segment. But like, I wouldn't put it past them to do that at all.
Yeah.
Um, Rock asking Cody to be his corporate champion, essentially. Is he gonna do it? You think he's gonna do it?
No. No.
Do you think Rock is gonna have someone else already lined up, ready to be his corporate champion? And he's gonna be like, Cody, I knew you were gonna say no, so I asked someone else behind the scenes just in case. And like out comes like Solo or Jacob Fatu or some shit.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's more likely to happen.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't think any of those guys give off corporate champion.
No, definitely not. But like who's his corporate champion? I do have a name in
Drew
mind.
McIntyre,
That's what I'm fucking talking
the
about.
chosen one.
Yes.
Oh shit, we'll
He
bring
can
that back.
he can bring back that nickname if he wants to, or he can kind of make it like a full circle moment thing, like, Cody, I've always been the chosen one. I still am the chosen one. Some
Mm.
shit like that. Been workshopping my Drew impression. Hopefully that goes over well.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, Cody's not gonna accept. That's stupid. Lunacy if he
Yeah.
does. I think the way they've been going about it is so weird too. Like trying to have Cody be like, "Man, I really could use all this extra money from being the corporate champion."
Mm.
Like, bitch, we know you just signed a fat extension like a year ago. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? Money. You got money. You're the top guy.
Think about the Homelander arc though. If he does say yes, though, that is truly like
Oh,
Homelander type shit.
See that, and that's what everybody wants, but we're never gonna get. You know, Cody is stuck as the perennial babyface. He's their John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, because Roman is their new Rock. You know, like he's kind of above heel and face, like label. And then you have your perennial babyface. And then honestly, Kevin Owens is probably your perennial heel. Like always bad guy. Or always will at some point be a bad guy. You know, like so that's just the way I look at it. But yeah, Cody's definitely not fucking doing anything with The Rock. They're not gonna have a match ever. Uh, so let's just wrap this story up nicely. I don't know. Have the corporate champion, you know, be Drew McIntyre. Have Drew McIntyre beat Cody for it, and then have CM Punk and Drew McIntyre feud over the fucking the top title. Like,
Shit, does make sense.
right?
That should be crazy, actually. Now I'm thinking
So
about it.
like so like
That's
okay,
it.
here's how I want to end the elimination chamber thing. My crackpot theory is that the Rock and Cody segment is going to happen before the men's elimination chamber. Cody's going to say no, and then Rock is going to say that's fine because you're going to see who my corporate champion is later tonight in the elimination chamber. And then that leads to a whole thing of, oh my god, did John Cena side with The Rock? Did Logan Paul side with The Rock? Did
CM
Damian
Punk?
Priest side with The Rock? No, it's Drew McIntyre. And maybe
Yeah.
Drew wins the Elimination Chamber for the second year in a row. I think he'd be the first person to ever win 2 years in a row, right?
Is it just me? Because I feel like I don't remember Elimination Chamber being this big old like spectacle, like how Rumbles are like treated. Is this just like a new thing?
This is definitely a new thing. This is definitely a
Okay.
new thing. I think last year it was because they had the Perth show in Australia was part of it, but
Mm.
I think a lot of it just it's the road to WrestleMania. They're trying to get the most bang for their buck out of their fans, you know.
Because like I don't remember winning Elimination Chambers being that big of a deal.
Yeah, I think somewhere along the line, I think they just realized they're like, well, we can't really like, especially after like the Elimination Chamber that was for the Intercontinental title back in like
With
2016.
Ryback?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, that's the one that lives rent free in my mind.
yeah. Okay, see, and the reason that they started strictly doing like for the World Heavyweight Championship or for the other world title or something like that with the Elimination Chambers is because that IC title Elimination Chamber was so god awful. They had to put mid carders in it, and nobody
Mm.
was interested in it. Nobody gave a fuck about Mark Henry in 2016. Nobody gave a fuck about Dolph Ziggler in 2016.
Mm.
Nobody gave a fuck about Ryback in 2014, you know, but he was still rocking in 2016, you know. He's still rocking now in 2025, dude.
True.
Feed me more. Fucking love the big guy. Dude, oh my god, get Ryback in DPW right fucking now.
I need him in my city. Main
Ry-
event Ryback in my city. That's
Ryback
what I
versus
need.
Tankman. Book it.
Feed me like the Jey Uso time, but with the feed me your arms.
Yeet,
That's what I need right there. Eat,
eat, eat,
eat, eat,
eat.
eat.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, we just came
Well,
up with Ryback's new gimmick.
what's worse though? Is it that IC ladder match or the tag team one that might have been that same year, where some teams were allowed to have 3 people and
Oh,
some only got to have 2 people?
it's the IC title one because if you look at Daniel Bryan's face at having to hand the IC title to fucking Ryback,
Nah, bro, they were in the Nexus together. They're like this.
fuck you. That was Skip
They're like
Sheffield. That's a different man.
that was not him. Ryback ate Skip Sheffield.
Yeah, for real. And a bag of chips on top of it. Fucking, you know the GIF. You know what I'm talking. Yeah. But it's a fucking bag of like all dressed ruffles. Good choice in chip, by the way. That was fucking great. Yeah, love the fucking Fritos original. Little chili dip action.
Mhm.
Mm. Fritos Original. Shout out, sponsor us, Fritos Originals. We'll literally eat you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Well, that's Elimination Chamber. I figure we can wrap this up nicely with a quick talk about like a little retrospective on NXT and AEW this week. I watched NXT mainly because I wanted to see Ricky Starks. Sorry, Ricky Saints. I can't call him Ricky Starks. And I can't say that the Revolution is televised anymore.
Not.
But I can still do the fucking hand gesture thing. Dude, honestly, NXT.
You see that he still gets to do his arm thing too?
Yeah, he still gets. It's the fact that it's his entire AEW shtick.
Yeah.
But they still changed his name. Yet Jade Cargill kept her name, and Penta
Well, he's just Penta. He's not Penta.
Penta's had a different name in every company he's worked for.
Yeah.
So that's a whole other fucking, can of worms in of itself. But like the fact, and Shawn Spears, who was already in WWE as Ty Dillinger, comes back as Shawn Spears.
And Todd.
And who?
Todd, right? Wasn't that his name? No, Stan. Sorry, Stan.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
See, I just kicked Stan.
Yeah. They, I don't know. It's just, Ricky Saints. Like, I get it. He's from New Orleans. Haha, New Orleans Saints. But, like, dude.
Yeah.
Ricky Starks was a really good name.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I get it. A name is a name. Big fucking deal, Next week, Bubba Ray Dudley's probably going to be chewing my ass up on Busted Open, being like, who fucking cares about his name? All right? Who cares about work rate? All right? I don't care about 5-star matches, says a man who's never had a 5-star match in his life. I don't think any of the TLC matches were 5 stars.
Dude, Bully Ray versus Chris Sabin for the TNA World Championship.
That match,
absolute cinema.
I wish I was in the pit for that match. I wish I was in the fucking TNA pit for that match. My God.
Absolute cinema. Or the tag version of that with the Team 3D. That one's actually a good match. Team 3D and Motor City.
Yeah, that one
was an actual good one.
Well, Motor City can just about carry any tag team to a great match. Motor City versus the Nasty Boys.
They're still doing it.
Dude, give me Motor City versus the Nasty Boys right fucking now.
For real. Are either of them dead?
I don't know. Probably. One of them's got to be dead. I don't want to speak ill of them in case they are. I like how we're both looking it up. Nasty Boys. It looks like they're both still kicking.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, let's run. All right.
Bring them back.
Run the Nasty Boys. I mean, if Hogan's Real American Beer is on Raw's canvas, you telling me we can't get all Hogan's friends back in the company?
True.
Fucking, let's get all the homies back. I'm trying to think of anybody else besides the Nasty Boys. Oh, the Booty Man. Fucking.
Yes. Fuck.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Yeah.
Dude.
I was like Mitch Leslie. I think that might have been his name. I don't know.
Is that his shoot name?
I think it's a shoot name. I think it's something Leslie.
Yeah, it's that. Oh wait, no, isn't Leslie his first name?
Oh my God, he went by so many names.
Oh yeah, he went by
Ed Leslie.
Ed Leslie. That's right. He went by the Zodiac as well.
Yeah, he was Baron Beefcake, Big Brother Booty. Oh my God, the Booty Man, Brother Broody, Brute Force.
No, you're saying that wrong. You know how to say that one because fucking Pulse and Blood say it all the time. Brother Brutai.
Brutai. Brute Force, Brutus Briefcake, the Butcher, the Clip Master, the Disciple. That was one.
Dude, the Clipmaster. That's such a fucking shout. Oh my god.
Dizzy Golden, Dizzy Hogan, Ed Boulder, Eddie Golden, Eddie Hogan, the 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 Mariner,
Oh my fucking god.
the Man with No Face, the Man with No Name, the Zodiac, King Clipper. So those are all of his
Dude, you're telling me that
different fucked up
Okada
names.
got the Money Clipper name?
Oh god.
Fuck. Dude, what a rabbit hole we went down.
He was trained by Hulk Hogan.
We were talking about NXT. What the fuck happened?
Yeah, sorry.
What?
So no, okay. So here's where I think is more fucked up. That they made Ricky Stark's debut match a tag match.
Ooh, yeah, no, good point. Good point.
Why couldn't they just have him versus Wes Lee? Call that it.
I think partially because, like, I think HBK really likes Wesley.
Maybe he took the pin anyway.
Yeah, but, like, I think he really likes him anyway. And, like, I think he didn't... Like, okay, Ethan Page... I don't fucking know, dude. HBK's booking is a little weird sometimes, in my opinion. He just rehashes storylines from his career and calls it a day, and he's like, this is good. So, like, I don't know. But, man, NXT is kind of fun to watch, like, every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think it's something that I can watch, like, on a week-to-week basis or anything like that.
I do.
Yeah,
I love NXT. That's my shit.
I don't know how you sit there and you fucking... I watch Raw and SmackDown right now, and that's all I can handle. Like, I'm still on my AEW boycott, which right now they're cooking up a pretty good Revolution card, according to Twitter. At least Konosuke Takeshita versus Kenny Omega, and then Fletcher,
and Kyle Fletcher, and
Fletcher
Ospreay.
Ospreay,
Okay, I can see it.
and then Swerve Ricochet in a number one contenders match. Winner
In
gets
Hurt Business versus the Outrunners.
Is that actually happening?
Yeah, that's happening.
All right, yeah.
For the tag title.
All right, let's segue to AEW with that.
We hurt people. We hurt people.
Why are you doing the swerve dance?
I don't...
Fucking okay. So, did you watch AEW this week? Because
I didn't, but I read about it though.
I'm still on my boycott. I look at what they post on Twitter. If a YouTube clip comes across my homepage, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. They seem to have a pretty good show this week, but like there was that.
Yeah.
Did you see the Mox issue? They cut to him blading.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so he was literal backstage segment. Like he was backstage, he got ran off by Edge and Jay White or whatever, and he ends up backstage like, and they cut to the camera like doing like a fucking run up zoom on him, and it's just his head. It's him going. Like it's fucking obvious as shit.
Like I can see what you're doing, but
yeah, he's fucking like he fucking blading, you know.
Gotcha.
So I don't fucking
AEW's whack with that shit. They blade like every week, and I just don't see reasons really. It just doesn't make it feel important anymore.
It doesn't make it feel important, but not only that, like their TV direction has been getting sloppy lately, like sloppier than normal. It's almost like fucking Kevin Dunn is in charge.
Maybe,
but like he forgot how to do his fucking job. Because like, give like 5 extra seconds before that cut to Mox, and it would have been fine. But like the way they did it, it was just so like, ugh, come on. And you know, I do genuinely enjoy like professional wrestling, and that's why it fucking sucks so hard that AEW is kind of like in the shitter right now. Because now that Michael Cole has said that WWE is not a wrestling company first anymore, AEW can technically go around and tout and say that they are the number one wrestling company in North America. Because, I mean, they are. You gonna say it's TNA?
I would...
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you fed
On a good day,
drone.
I can argue.
On a good day, you can argue for TNA. TNA,
Yeah.
the same TNA that hires. All right, dude, I'm about to get real fucking testy here. The same TNA that hires back Tessa Blanchard,
Okay.
noted
Yeah. Actually,
racist. I just
yeah.
caught you
No,
in the
I got
corner.
nothing for that one.
All
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
all
No, I got
right,
nothing. I
all
forgot she
right.
was on the card.
You forgot that she was on the company still. And then
Yeah.
Moose, like a fucking noted and certified domestic abuser. Fucking hate Moose too. Keep Moose off my goddamn TV screen. Nah, dude. Nah, dude.
No,
Nah.
that whole faction actually pisses me off. The system,
I fucking hate
like
the system.
that's
I
just
hate the fucking
that
system.
faction is such go away heat. It drives me crazy.
They had Fandango show up on NXT like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh shit, cool. And then he introduced himself as like
The
JDC,
JDC.
JDC or whatever, and I was like, what the fuck is that?
It took me forever to realize what it stands for.
Johnny Curtis?
Johnny Dango Curtis.
Oh, that name that's 2 packs of ass right there, dude.
You can combine the worst parts of both names into one.
First of all, Johnny Curtis, not a terrible name.
No,
I've heard
but
worse.
it's generic.
I've heard worse. Like
Yeah, like
half of the women's names in NXT right now, apart from Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, and Jordan Grace, and Cora
really,
Jade, and Cora Jade.
I love a lot of the women's names and
Dude, Tatum
Jada Parker.
Jada Parker.
Tatum Paxley. I love Tatum Paxley.
The name, man, the names.
No,
Fucking,
I like it.
Fuck it. What
I
else
like
we got?
it.
What else we got? Trying to think of another one. Oh, Fallon
JC
Henley.
Jane. Fallon Henley. Okay, Fallon Henley's ass.
What else? What else?
Jane.
JC Jane. I don't fucking like that one.
Yeah. Carmen Petrovic.
Don't like that one. Gigi Dolan's okay. Because it's been around for a long enough. Same thing with JC Jane, I guess. But
who's the other like one in that faction with Fallon Henley and JC Jane? I can't remember. Like she's just the oddball in there. I don't remember her name ever.
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't watch NXT like that. Don't ask me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm
See if I can find her.
watching for Wrestle House. Fuck. All right. What does AEW got to do to fix itself? Let's end on this. Let's end on the hot button question that everyone's been trying to answer. What like, AEW, Tony Khan comes to you, Logan Lacey, and says, I need your help fixing my company. What's the first thing you're telling him to do?
I think like I'm trying to figure out how to word this. But like you don't need Kenny Omega wrestling for a secondary championship. Mm-hmm. That belt is for people who aren't your clear main eventers. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know. I just feel like it's weird. Like what's the point of having this deep depth of a roster if your main eventers, when they're not in the world title picture, are going to be fighting for the mid-card belts? Yeah. It doesn't give any of these new guys like a chance to do anything, really. Yeah. And they're bringing in so many new talent, too. Like, they signed Mike Bailey, and they also brought in Gabe Kidd for Collision, and Clark Connors did a fucking promo for them. Yeah. Where are you putting these guys? In your new trios division?
Okay, Speedball, I guarantee you chose to go to AEW purely so he could still work DPW.
Probably.
I mean, and
he loves his indies.
and
and DDT too. I mean, that's his shit too.
Yeah, he's gonna be on AEW about as frequently as like fucking Riho and Hikaru Shida with the amount of time he travels. So, I like AEW. I think is a great. It had so much potential, and it still does. It still does. Like to be something so much more. To be something like WCW was back in like '96. Back when they were really like showing the cruiserweights and stuff like that. And showing the Lucha Libre and a little like inkling of strong style from Japan and everything like that. Like AEW can be that, and they can put all their chips into that. Like, and that's what I would tell Tony to do is like focus on that shit. Quit trying to do this weird mismatch of that, of the mixing of strong style, lucha libre, and regular North American wrestling with the WWE tropes that you're trying to add in, like the
Yeah.
overarching story with the Death Riders and everything like that. Like, there's one overarching story that has worked in AEW. It was Kenny and Hangman,
Yeah.
and it worked so well that it carried the company for 4 years. And honestly, if they like planted the seeds for it right, they could come back to it again, and it could carry the company for another four.
Yeah.
Hell, Hangman and MJF could carry the company for 4 years. Honestly, Hangman in of himself is like the pillar of the company, I think, more
Hmm.
than anybody. Like, yeah, I think Kenny is great, but like Tony's got to strap the rocket to Hangman.
Mm.
Swerve obviously is awesome. They have a lot of great talent. That's obvious. But Hangman, I said in one of my videos I did a while ago, but like Hangman is at the core center of a lot of AEW's like most notable feuds. Him and
Yeah.
Swerve, him and Kenny, him and fucking Danielson, you
Dude, honestly,
know?
I think him and Swerve added like a good year of life into the company.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly because now with Swerve fighting Ricochet at Revolution for a number one contendership at Moxley, you have a clear like path to Swerve being the one to get the title back from Moxley, which honestly
Hmm.
makes the most sense right now with Swerve being, like the biggest mascot for AEW, so
Yeah.
have him win it and then you can come back to Swerve Hangman, and both guys are baby faces.
Hmm.
Like it's a sort of like a mutual respect thing. I don't know how they would get there exactly because of everything the two have done to each other. Burning houses and stealing
Killing babies.
stealing babies or whatever he did.
Yeah.
So
Something like that.
killing. Did you say killing babies?
Dude, I don't know.
Maybe.
I didn't keep up with the program during that.
I did. He did. I think he just broke into his house and put like a "Whose House" like T-shirt on top of his on Hangman's baby, which is still
Smothered him.
pretty out of pocket, personally. Like if someone like if like a rival like fraternity member, broke into like my house or something and or
Hmm.
our house or whatever and like put something in the unit,
The Wrestle House.
the Wrestle House, yeah. If ooh, if the swim house let's come up with a shitty analogy. If the swim house broke into the wrestling house and put a pair of dirty, stinky swim speedos like in our awards cabinet, we'd be pretty pissed too.
Yeah. I think Noah already did that to me.
Best, yeah, probably. I mean, he has got the master key to all your guys' rooms, doesn't he? Isn't he in like?
Yeah, yeah, he does.
He's like in charge of you guys.
I don't even bother hitting up maintenance anymore. I just hit him up.
Nice,
I'm like, hey,
nice.
no, there's a flood, there's a leak in the ceiling.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm sure he actually gets on it, unlike maintenance.
Yeah, no, they're there in like an hour
Yeah,
after that.
that's good. So that is it for the first episode of the Wrestle House. Super dysfunctional. Just two guys shooting the shit. If you like this kind of stuff, there's going to be more of it. There's going to be an occasional third person kind of like below us. I don't know how to do this. Like I'm here on the left side.
Down there?
Yeah, down there. I don't fucking know, dude.
Diagonal, maybe? Or
Diagonal.
like
You
right
you got it
below.
right. You got it right. Down
Something.
down there. Down there. Something like that. Yeah, they'll be down there. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to stay up to date on all things Notch. I almost plugged my own channel. Be sure to like,
Nacho
comment.
Wrestling.
Yeah. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to stay up to date on all things Wrestle House. And we will see you guys next time.